All right, everybody, get around the camera. Get over here, guys. We are at the former location of the Sunland Mental Hospital. It was a mental hospital for children, which has now been converted into a playground for children. We have our flashlights, we have our dowsing rods, and phone apps that claim to be EMF meters. Let's go. So a while back, some friends and I decided it would be a super great idea to go and investigate a famously paranormal location without any experience or generally accepted form of equipment to catalog our findings, other than dowsing rods made of hangers, cell phone apps, and my camera. But considering our inadequate and unprofessional resources, we actually got some startling and noteworthy results. We investigated the popularly infamous former site of the Sunland Mental Hospital. But before being a mental institution, the building originally started out as a tuberculosis hospital in the 1940s. Once the cure for tuberculosis was discovered, though, the state of Florida, presumably thinking, well, that, went and made the site into an addition to the state's chain of mental institutions known as Sunland. Shut its doors in 1985 due to reports of patient neglect, abuse, housing innocent children in the same area as violent offenders, electroshock therapy, you know, the exact kind of stereotypical conditions you'd expect a mental hospital to have back in the day. Since its demolition, the site has been converted to, of all ironical things, a frickin' playground, which of course nobody plays on. Not ironic enough for you? That playground now stands pretty much abandoned next to a not-so-abandoned juvenile detention center, which of course we had the honor of figuring out once we got there. So, here's what happened.
It's me.
Wait, is that the EMF meter?
Yeah.
His isn't doing anything.
It's actually a 10. EMF.
The dowsing rods have crossed, and everyone's EMF meters are going crazy.
Except mine.
I don't know if I believe in these EMF meters, but his EMF meter is going crazy, and that guy's EMF meter was going ballistic. Okay, so there are lots of apps out there to make your phones EMF detectors, but here's what's up with that. Mobile phones are, by definition, devices that can detect electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, since their ability to communicate depends on EMF radio frequency fluctuations. Unfortunately, though, mobile phones are designed to detect only specific frequencies from about 800 to 2.2 gigahertz, so it's unlikely that any kind of software can render them into instruments capable of detecting general EMF fluctuations. Her rods have crossed.
Super far. So we're probably not gonna make it. We're gonna die.
If somebody has a legit EMF reader, then I'll believe it.
Then I'll believe
it's just
it.
an app now.
Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, guys, take flash photography as much as you can.
Do you guys hear that?
Cool! You got an orb?
Yes, I got 2.
She got 2 orbs. We're looking for the elevator shaft. I know that it was next to a playground or something.
This isn't creepy.
Never been played on.
Don't do anything stupid, okay? I found it! I somehow knew where to go. I just started walking and I walked in the right place, and that was kind of cool. Okay, now this is weird. One of the only things that we knew before hitting up the location was that the elevator shaft was still there somewhere. So naturally, that was the first thing we set out to find. Having no idea where it was, I followed my gut and separated from the group to go look for it. You know, exactly what you're not supposed to do in horror movies. In the pitch dark, having no idea where I was going, I somehow walked in a straight line exactly to where the elevator shaft was. It was pretty weird and cool. It has cockroaches on it, Jonathan. This is too narrow to be an elevator thing, isn't it?
No, this could be one of those ones that comes up from the basement. That, like a one-person.
Go all the way.
But it's kind of cool looking.
And there's a McDonald's cup in there. America. So now we know for sure that we are on the ground of what used to be the mental hospital.
SM.
Health physics. These are the dowsing rods, and this is... Oh!
No,
I'm
nothing
not-
for me.
I'm not making this happen.
No doubt.
Let's go to the elevator shaft.
Just dinner.
Swinging hardcore. Yeah, my rod's crossed here. My rods weren't crossing over there. See, my rods aren't doing anything here.
Hey.
Nothing. Let's go back. Oh, there's bugs coming. And they're crossing again. Why are mine crossing and not yours?
So you got a whole bunch
to
of
hold them
different
loosely.
stuff happening.
See, these ones are doing it.
That's true.
They are?
So it's just not this spot. Yeah, I think it's just this spot.
BLTJ.
Creepy. Are you going together?
Did anybody think about the letters on this?
Wait, stand over there again?
Okay.
And they're not crossing. Now, come to this side.
But weren't there water valves under here? Does that count?
See, now they're crossing.
And now they're
hardcore
crossing.
right
His are just swinging like crazy.
I didn't really believe it until I tried it, and now it's like actually really doing it.
They're vibrating unless you're shaking with fear.
Wants
No,
to
that's
try
not
that.
fear.
Oh my gosh. that one's going crazy.
Pay our respects to the person who died here. I hope they rest in peace. Look, this isn't taken care of at all. Nobody comes here.
Is it a detention center for the mentally unsound, like currently?
Currently?
Currently unsound.
That's why there's so many cars there. They're like
Those are the
orderlies
nurses
and
and
stuff.
orderlies.
Damn.
Is there anybody here with us?
Dude,
Shh.
perfectly quiet, guys.
That child that fell down the elevator shaft, are you here with us? Give us a sign that you're here.
Are they crossed?
They just crossed. Yeah. Mine crossed. Too.
Can you show us again if you are here or not, please?
Mine just crossed.
Yeah, this is okay.
Mine
You're
was
just
like
not believing.
resting on my fingers.
Look at how loosely he's holding his.
Resting on my fingers, and they just keep going.
Can you please show us if you are here or not? If anything, touch one of us gently.
What if we start being complete dicks to them?
No, you respect them just like you respect people. Yeah, that's what happened in Grave Encounters. He went into the kitchen like, cook my dinner, bitch. See? And he died.
Were you tortured?
This is the worst EVP session ever.
It is. We're not supposed to talk.
But you can ask them also to step away or towards and away from the dowsing rods as like a yes or no.
Okay, let's try this. We just want to talk to you really quick. We don't mean any disrespect, and we're not going to take too much of your time. So if you don't mind, oh, and they're crossing. If you don't mind, could you please uncross his rods? The person I'm pointing. Thank you so much. Can you cross them again, please?
Oh my god. What?
Thank you very much. Were you a patient here at the hospital? If yes, can you please cross the rods? If no, remain that way.
Oh my god.
They're remaining. Were you the boy that fell down the elevator shaft? If yes, can you please cross the rods? Thank you. Oh, him too. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Have somebody else hold them.
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Just balance them on your fingers. No. Don't hold them from the bottom. Let them rest on your fingers.
let them
Yeah.
rest on your
Let them rest there.
You can't even like pinch them. You just have to let them rest.
Yeah. You can't be pinching them. Was it an accident that you died? If yes, can you please cross the rods? It's crossing. Why were you in the abandoned mental hospital? Were you and your friends looking for an adventure? If yes, please cross the rods.
I think he's figured that yes is cross the rods.
Can you please uncross them? Thank you. You're awesome, man. Were you above the age of 13? That one's crossing. And that one's crossing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're a boy, can you please cross the rods? And if you're a girl, can you please and it's a boy.
It's a boy!
If your name is Kevin Murdoch, can you please cross both of the rods? Thank you, not Kevin.
At least we know he doesn't answer questions.
Do you like us? If yes, cross the rods, please.
Yay! Please cross. You like us.
Wait,
Are you the same person we were talking to in the beginning of this session? If yes, please cross the rods. If no, leave them apart. Oh, wow. Okay. Were you a patient at the Sunland Hospital? If yes, can you please cross the rods? You might be talking to nobody anymore.
Are you still here?
If yes, can you please cross the rods?
And then if not,
Oh! Thank you.
I don't want to do this anymore.
So, if you're still with us, can you please cross the rods? Thank you. And just to give you an idea of how loosely
Yeah,
I'm
I
holding
see
them.
Hands, go feet.
Do you guys sometimes play on these playgrounds?
What is it?
Was that your phone?
Yeah, it said increase.
Do you ever play on these playgrounds? If yes, can you please cross the rods? Thank you. As you can see, the dowsing rods are swinging like crazy. We had never used them before, so I had no idea what they were supposed to do. A couple of weeks after this investigation, I went on my second paranormal investigation to some haunted-ass abandoned hotel. I took my dowsing rods with me to that hotel, and they hardly worked at all. To me, that was confirmation that what happened at Sunland was real, and that the rods don't normally do what they were doing that night. If you're less than 13 years old, can you please cross the rods?
Yep.
That was really strong. Like it feels like someone's
Yeah.
tapping it from the sides, right?
know.
If there's more of you, can you cross the rods?
He's the only one? Or no?
No?
W.T. Edwards, I believe. J.T. Edwards, something like
JT Edward.
Were any of you patients for H.T. Edwards? If yes, can you please cross the rods?
Flashlight? Okay, so
Thank
it's
you.
definitely original patients.
Is there more than one person talking to me right now? Are there several of you here? If yes, can you cross the rods?
Okay. Rest.
Are you annoyed by us? Do you want to be left alone? If you want to be left alone, then cross the rods.
Please.
Distant?
I think that's a yes.
Maybe they were.
Well, the rods aren't crossing.
If that's you guys making Ryan's phone say things, can you cross the rods?
Are you just picking random words?
Is it possible for one of you to make his phone say tuberculosis?
I don't know if the phone can say.
I don't think the phone does that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they want to try. It has a database, right? Could one of you possibly make Ryan's phone say the word rest again? Because that would be amazing. Can you try? Yes?
What did that
I
say?
said steep.
But it said it right after I said that. Okay, right now it has nothing, right?
Yeah, it's because I moved, I guess.
Are you unhappy? Are you unhappy? If you're unhappy, can you cross the rods? Oh.
Sad.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Are you still with us?
Are you still here with us? If you're here, you know what to do. Yeah.
Baby no one.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
color
it
was
gives
it?
me ammo.
Oh, I did?
Oh, it says progress.
Progress. We're making progress.
Are you guys making words appear on his phone that's on the ground right now? If yes, can you please cross the...
Oh.
Thank you. Are you guys enjoying this, talking to us?
Poem. Does anyone know a poem that we could say?
Oh, thank you.
It says poem. They're asking for a poem.
Poem?
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Wait,
We're so
roses?
sad that you're blue.
Grow.
Have you ever heard the Ring Around the Rosie poem?
Yeah.
That's about tuberculosis.
Did you guys make poem appear for a reason, or was that just random? If you did it for a reason, can you cross the rods?
If it was random, leave them straight.
For a reason. Do you guys want to hear a poem? If yes, please cross the rods.
I have a
Okay.
haiku. Haikus can be fun, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator.
Carrie.
The movies with the IE.
Was there someone named Carrie?
move it
If
around.
yes, can you please cross the rods? This one was just like dying to move. This one was just every time I said it straight.
Are you from this town? Jess.
Okay, so wait.
Rescue.
Do those phone thingies, that green one with the radar, does it actually say where you guys are, or is it a lie? If it's true, can you please cross the rods?
Or touch one of us?
Or touch...
Gently.
Is that phone actually detecting where you are, the one with the radar? If yes, can you cross the rods?
Or touch one of us gently?
It says separate. I think we should
Sep-
separate.
Okay. No, that's not gonna happen. People die like that. I've seen scary movies.
Are you telling us what to do, or are these just random words? If you're telling us what to do,
Separate as
can you
distance?
please cross the rods?
Separate
as
I think they
Just
want
mean,
us to
like, come
go.
apart a little bit.
If you want us to leave, can you cross the rods?
Taste. Ooh. Suspicious.
Stop my food.
Hold on.
I'm holding this really loose and it's not crossing.
They want to kill us.
Do you want us to separate?
In
If yes,
groups?
can you please cross the rods?
Separate in groups, no other option.
If there are any adults with us, can you please cross the rods? Kids, if there's adults, write them out.
There's no adults.
Are there only children here? If there's only children, can you please cross the rods?
What is that?
That's it, she's smoking.
Who's smoking? You.
And they're crossing. If you want us to separate, can you cross the rods?
Attacked from the trees.
It says
They're not
guerrilla.
crossing, yay. When you guys said prison, was it because you feel trapped? If you feel trapped, can you please cross the rods?
No.
Short.
Kind of. There we go.
Purgatory?
They're sad and trapped.
Purgatory.
And
Intervene!
What?
Do you want us to intervene?
so backwards.
Heat.
And yes.
Do you feel trapped and you want us to intervene? Do you want us to free you?
Heat.
Missile.
Missile.
Heat missile.
What?
Now it's just making up words.
They even know. It's been saying gorilla, heat, missile, a lot of things that, like, they have to do with they go in a group, you know? Is someone making war references on purpose?
In this town.
No. If
It
we
could
move
be.
within this park, will you guys come with us, or do you have to stay in one spot? If you can come with us, cross the rods.
Right on, field trip.
Field trip.
Actually,
So, for some reason or another, I stopped videotaping at that point. But here's what happened afterward, which gets really freaky. A lot of people talk about feeling goosebumps and feeling uncomfortable and unwanted in haunted locations. But as you can see, up to this point, we didn't feel that at all. We could all generally agree that we felt pretty comfortable and happy to be there communicating with the apparent spirits of children. We weren't scared or anything at all. After a while though, when we left the jungle gym and walked elsewhere, we all started feeling really unsettled at the same time for no apparent reason. There was a black car that kept circling through the parking lot, which was really weird, and we all started to feel real unsafe. We kept trying to communicate, but at this point, all of a sudden, the rods stopped swinging and the spirits apparently stopped answering us. Then we asked, should we leave? And the rods swung immediately, as if they were saying, yes, yes, you should leave. Then we asked if it was getting unsafe for us to stay there, and they did it again. We started asking other questions again, but at that point, they wouldn't respond to any question that didn't have to do with us hauling ass out of there. So we hauled ass. But wait, it gets weirder. At my second paranormal investigation that I mentioned earlier, I met some professional investigators that had also investigated the Sunland site in the past. Without me even bringing this up, they said that after a certain point of investigating Sunland, they were told by the psychics in their team that they had to leave, that the spirits were telling them that it was unsafe for them to stay there any longer. And I was like, holy tits, the same thing happened to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my first documented paranormal investigation. I'm gonna put up a video soon of the second paranormal investigation I talked about. Once I have the video up, there will be a link somewhere. Thank you, Aqua Kia out.